Welcome to Channel World Story 22, a channel that always presents historical news about countries in the world. On this auspicious occasion, Channel World Story 22 will discuss Thailand. Why was Thailand never colonized? Even though in the era of World War II many Asian countries were colonized by Western countries. But why is Thailand the only country that has never been colonized? Maybe many don't know it. So this time, Channel World Story 22 will discuss the country of Thailand, which was never colonized. Before continuing to the discussion, I ask for your support by liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing, so that this channel can develop. Thailand is one of the countries that has never been colonized in the world, even the only one in Southeast Asia. The reason why Thailand was never colonized can be traced back to when the country was still called Siam, and was led by King Mongkut, whose title was Rama IV to King Chulalongkorn or Rama V. The two kings quickly modernized, adopting a Western-style lifestyle or approaching it, so that they were seen as established countries. The role of the two kings. Modernization was carried out in several aspects, from European-style education to teaching English to the Siamese royal family. King Rama IV ordered schools to include modern geography and astronomy, so that students could become familiar with the West before they entered Siam. The king was also aware of the large number of Christian missionaries who had entered Siam, so they were hired to teach English to the royal family. Quoted from Compasiana, King Mongkut also hired mercenaries from Western countries to train Siamese troops. Royal concubines were also freed to find husbands of their own and prohibited any kind of forced marriage or sale of wives to pay off debts. The methods that became the basis for why Thailand was never colonized were then continued by King Rama V in the 19th century. The process of why Thailand was not colonized. Reporting from New Historian, there are two ways by King Chulalongkorn which also influenced why the country of Thailand was never colonized. First, Chulalongkorn realized that Siam's geographical position was a barrier between British colonization of the Malay Peninsula and French colonization of Indochina. In other words, Siam at that time was a buffer state or a separator buffer state. Myanmar to Malaysia used to be colonized by the British, while France occupied Vietnam, Laos and Cambodia. Everything surrounds Thailand. King of Siam V then succeeded in carrying out diplomacy with France and England. He adopted European technology and customs to protect Thailand's power. According to New Historian, King Chulalongkorn changed Thailand's political system into a more European version. Chulalongkorn also undertook a map-making project, knowing that Europeans emphasized their knowledge of topography in determining territory. By understanding the map, unclear border conflicts or mutual land claims can be suppressed. In fact, King Chulalongkorn or Rama V ordered all Siamese to wear modern European shoes. Not traditional Thai shoes anymore, so that when Westerners come they think the locals are not backwards and are like friends. Architects from the Blue Continent were also employed to construct various European-style buildings and fortifications. These policies made Siam known as an open government with foreign countries, thus contributing to the factor why Thailand was never colonized by Western nations. Second, the reason why Thailand was never colonized by other countries is the government system called Mandala. In that system, Chulalongkorn built up local army forces to occupy areas beyond his reach. The army was not as strong as the European army, but it gave the king more power to control local leaders. Eventually all the local rulers were overthrown, stripped of their powers, and the government was centered in Bangkok. The Browning Agreement and joining World War I. The Browning Agreement in 1854 was an agreement made by the governor of Hong Kong, John Browning, when it was still occupied by the British, with Siam to abolish the foreign trade tax monopoly. This agreement was very detrimental to Siam and beneficial to England, but King Rama V did it to avoid colonization. Because, by eliminating taxes and import duties, Siam was integrated with the world economic system. They became a market for selling industrial goods and investment in Western countries. Siam can also export rice, tin and teak wood products. Continuing in 1917, Siam decided to join World War I against Germany and Austria-Hungary, to get support from Britain and France since their opponents were the same. That participation earned Siam a seat at the Treaty of Versailles Conference in January 1919. Minimal produce. Another factor why Thailand was never colonized was the lack of agricultural products. Unlike other Southeast Asian countries with abundant natural resources, Siam does not have fertile soil. As a result, Westerners were not interested in occupying it and were also the reason why Thailand was never colonized by other countries. In conclusion, the combination of modernization, diplomacy, and natural resources is the